Hey guys, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I'm so excited to be sharing my second and last guest design team project for MarkerPOP.com. And I was so excited that I got to pick out this super cute Mama Elephant Playful Pups stamp set as part of my design team package. This has been on my wish list since the minute I saw it. And I also picked up the matching die set. And normally I don't get the matching die set because I'd rather spend my limited crafting budget on getting more stamps. But in seeing some of these really small pieces, I thought this might be one time that I would splurge and get the matching die set. And I'm really glad I did because they were really handy in making some special shaker pieces. So this card is a card that I made being inspired by Alice, who's Vintage Gal 18, who was in turn inspired by Dawn, who is Do Stamping. Both of them had made a little ice cream shop card, and I decided when I saw that I had to make a puppy playroom card. This could be at like an animal shelter or at a puppy daycare center. To create this little awning, which I think makes the front of this card so cute, I used a piece of pattern paper in this really pretty stripe. I think this is from the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan collection. And I used my Martha Stewart punches. It's a punch around the page. I think it's called Eyelet Lace. And I use that to punch in these corners as well as all of this border so you can see it has a really pretty awning look. So I decided I was going to make a large card. This card base is actually folded over. It's 8.5 inches by 12 inches. And I knew I wanted a big card like that because I wanted to create a whole puppy playroom scene in the back. And the way I did that was I actually folded the card and I actually created a little bit of a gusset. It's an extra 1/8 of an inch thick because some of the pieces inside I knew was going to have a lot more dimension. Then for the front panel, I actually cut an extra piece out and cut out with my X-Acto knife this little window opening. Then I framed it with some strips of white cardstock so that it would look like a window frame. And then inside for the shaker pieces, I made a little pocket using a fuse tool and one of those sleeve protectors that you use for layouts because those are bigger, they don't have little small pockets. And I just created a whole pocket to layer in between the two sheets of cardstock that I cut this window out of. And then I just placed that in between and I used my zip dry glue to adhere the little plastic sleeve directly onto the cardstock. And then I put foam adhesive just so that it would, compensate for the extra depth that's created by the shaker pieces. And inside the shakers, I use little white seed beads, pearl color and gold colored sequins, and then all of these super cute little bones and tennis balls that are part of this adorable stamp set. And it was great to have these little matching dies to be able to cut out all of those really quick and easy. And I thought that was a really fun little shaker addition. I'm making this card actually because a really good friend of mine almost bought a dog at a pet store in New York City. She said, yeah, they said that their dogs came from good breeders and not from puppy mills. And I told her, are you kidding me? What pet store owner is going to say that they get their dogs from puppy mills? They would never say that. And really, what really good breeder is going to give their dogs to a pet store where they would never even get to meet the people who were going to be getting their dogs? Anyway, luckily she didn't get the dog that she was looking at the pet shop, and now she is doing her research to properly get the right fit dog for her, and I am encouraging her, if she can, to try and adopt a dog. So this is supposed to be like it at an animal shelter, and the sign up at the top I just printed out on my computer, and I wrote, adopt and you'll go home with ... and then inside, peace and love and wags, which is actually part of this stamp set. Isn't that great? The sentiment here reads, wishing you peace and love and wags, but I just put a piece of Scotch tape over the little top part, inked it, removed the tape, and then stamped it out. And that's a quick and easy kind of masking technique for stamps. And so I thought that would be perfect for this little sentiment for my friend. And then I colored up all these little puppies. Aren't they so stinking cute? And I made them all different kind of breeds, kind of mixed breeds. If you're interested in the Copic colors that I use, please check out my link below to my blog post, and I list every single material and color that I use. I made this one into a little Dalmatian, and if you look at his expression, he kind of looks stunned or almost scared. So rather than have him look like that without a reason, I decided I was going to hang from the sign here little bones. And so I used a little embroidery thread, tied them around the little bones that I stamped out and die cut, and I put glossy accents over the top of those little bones too, so there's like extra little shine there. And now it looks like he's mesmerized by the bones rather than like shocked or scared. For this little dog in the stamp set, you'll see, is holding a little envelope with a heart on it, which is great for Happy Mail and things like that. But I thought it really didn't make sense for a puppy playroom for a dog to be carrying a letter. So I just drew a little teddy bear, fussy cut that out and put that in his mouth. And in order to do that without having lines cross over or whatever, I actually stamped out and colored up the muzzle twice. So if you look there, you can see that there's extra dimension on the muzzle. And for the little teddy bear, just to add a little extra interest, I decided to play with some Flower Soft. So I used this Flower Soft for the teddy bear's little tummy, and it's little soft texture right there. I thought that was a fun little addition. And this little puppy looks like he's playing, so I wanted to give him a little ball to be pouncing on. And then this little puppy looked like it was rolling around, so I made a little action wobble and put him on an action wobble. Isn't that fun? And in order to draw out this room, I wanted it to look 3D, so I didn't want it just to be like floor on one side and then the walls. So what I did was I measured in about 1.25 inches on both sides, and I drew in the wall lines. And then I drew in this back connecting line between the two lines to create the back wall. And then for the floor, I used another piece of paper and I cut it so that I connected from this point here to about, I think this is about 1.25 inches or so to the bottom. And I drew in this diagonal line, same on the other side, the same distance here. And so now it looks like there's like a 3-dimensional kind of looking room. And I just used a Copic multi-liner pen, both to draw the teddy bear and also to draw in these lines. I thought that created a really nice room scene and gave it a little bit of that kind of 3D perspective. For the papers, for the back, I used this really pretty wood grain pattern paper, which came from a Heidi Grace collection. And that floor paper, which is this pale blue patterned paw print paper, came from this scrapbooking kit that I had picked up at Tuesday Morning. Isn't that perfect for a little puppy playroom floor? I really had fun making this card. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful crafty day.